All right. The Celtics win a close, sketchy game that I was convinced they were going to lose at the end there because of how well the Kings were shooting, especially in the second half of this game. I figured 1 point game, 5 seconds on the clock. You go to Buddy Hield, right? But you didn't go to Buddy Hield, and the Celtics won. So they survive. They get a revenge win against the Kings, who they lost to just like a week ago, and in a game they shouldn't have lost in the first place. And they survived this game despite missing three starters: Tice, Hayward, and Kemba, not in this game, having a very thin bench, and despite Buddy Hield, who is the latest in a long line of Celtic killers whenever they play. Hield went absolutely off on the Celtics. He went bananas. He knocked down 11 of 21 threes. Just a crazy stat line there for 41 points. He just seemingly was not missing, but the Celtics were able to survive that, fortunately for them, and pick up, I'd say, an important win after what was, again, I'd characterize it as a disappointing road trip. So they needed to get a win despite being shorthanded tonight, and they did that. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters. You don't get style points. It's not college football. You just pick up the win. That's all that really matters. In large part, the Celtics got this win because of who I said in my 3 up, 3 down was a player of the game, Marcus Smart, somebody that I stand and defend every game seemingly, and I will not be here for stand for any Marcus Smart slander. I just love the way he plays the game, goes all out. I mean, I could talk about him all the time. He's my basketball crush in terms of how he plays. Just I love it. I love everything he brings to the table. He had a fantastic game: 5 steals and 17 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. Jaylen Brown was really good in this one: 24 points. Tatum really good too, 20 points for him. I was really impressed with the rookie Tremont Waters, who just came up from the G League and played 20 minutes. And I don't really put too much status into this, but he was a plus 20, which was a team high when he was on the court. I just liked his decision making. He's super fast, and I like him too. I already like him more than my least favorite player in the Celtics, Brad Wanamaker, who I think is incredibly overrated, as I've said about a million times so far on this YouTube live channel. So impressed by Tremont Waters. Happy with Brown and Tatum, who had to carry the scoring load for the C's with Kemba out. So a nice win. Obviously, you would rather win by more points and not make it be so sketchy at the end. Why am I touching my hair all the time? But a win's a win, so that's all that matters. One thing also I want to see from Tatum at the end of games. He's been doing this a lot this season, not towards the end of games, but for the first 3.5 quarters, going aggressively to the basket. And then when it comes to a crunch time basket, he sort of reverts back into that long two, one-on-one fadeaway isolation ball. I'd like to see him just continue to take the ball to the basket. There was a shot late where he could have put the team up 3. He took his man one-on-one, and instead of trying to get to the paint or get to the rim, he settled for a shot, sort of a fadeaway 2 that he missed. Just keep trying to go to the rim. You're a respected enough offensive player now too, where you could get the benefit of a friendly whistle too. So Tatum needs to keep trying to get to the basket, trying to get to the free throw line, especially towards the end of games, and that will just continue his evolution as a go-to scorer and a star player potentially in this league. So I want to see more of that from Tatum. I think that just continues to come with time. Again, great game from Marcus Smart. Impressive by the rookie Tremont Waters. Carson Edwards hit a couple big threes. So you got some nice contributions from your rookies tonight. They play the Kyrie-less Nets on Wednesday. No surprise there. Kyrie's a big-time chicken, as I've said before. And we will see how loudly the Nets get booed just for even rostering Kyrie. Probably pretty loud, because I don't blame Boston fans. So they have to boo somebody. All right, I will be back on Wednesday. I hope everybody is excited for their Thanksgiving holiday. I know I am, but we'll talk before then, because Wednesday is not Thanksgiving. What am I talking about? It's a premature excitement. All right, everybody. Thank you to all 723,517 of you. And we'll talk next game. Celtics win. A close one, but they get the win. That's what matters. All right. See ya.